Welcome back, tubers. If you like this type of content, please consider a like, a subscribe, and also leave a comment. Thank you. Welcome back, tubers. This is my channel, Reverend Jeffrey, and we are remodeling a house that I paid $1 for. And as you may know, it will need everything. Today we are continuing on making this opening from the kitchen to the living room, the pass-through. I've got you set up here to where you can see mostly what's going on. What I did from the last video is I had a couple of 2x4s still left in the wall here that I hadn't fully removed yet. I got one of my house jacks out and I went and jacked it up just ever so slightly, and I cut the nails off. 2x4s are very valuable nowadays. So anyway, I wanted to preserve those. I can use those for jack studs or other. Over here in the wall, I got to put in a sheetrock nailer. So I got to use them for that. And I'm getting ready to measure and cut for the 2x6s that are going up there in the ceiling. Now, originally, I was going to cut out the floor joists and sink the 2x6s up into the floor, but that causes all kinds of complications, mostly because the ceiling joists are only 2x4s, and then the 2x6 would be still sticking down about another 2 inches, right, from 3.5 inches to 5.5 inches. So I would still have to sheetrock around at least something, and so I decided to change my thought and just remove these 2 upper plates to the wall and just put my 2x6s up there in the ceiling coming down from there. So instead of 2 inches I have to cover it with sheetrock, now I got to go the full 5.5 for going around the 2x6 with sheetrock. So anyway, please watch me as I do some of that stuff. I picked out a 2x6. I got to go grab another one later. I want to at least get this one up into the opening. Now what happens when I took these 2 2x4s out, I wanted to see if the ceiling would flex a little bit and that I may have had to put up additional support to hold the ceiling. But up above, the floor to the upstairs is all glued and screwed, and we saw that in an earlier film. So it's all kind of holding everything all together, right? It's all a structural component. Remember, like I was saying, since my ceiling joists are only 2x4s over the kitchen and the rest of the house, right, I wanted to be structural enough to use the floor upstairs. That'll be my studio and my office and an additional bedroom once I get around to making that up. So I glued and screwed all this 5/8 strand board to the floor surface, and it's doing exactly what I planned it to do. It is a structural element. So the ceiling has not flexed one bit, and if I remind you guys, this wall over here still has to come up another 1.5 inches. So I will get to that in a later video. I still got to jack up my temporary stud. But let's continue where we left off here last time. I got to pull down these 2 2x4s, and I've already cut it off over here in the wall. So let's do that. Safety glasses. Always got to have safety glasses. All right, there we go. There we go. And that's what we want. Now, leverage. Yo, Jesus. That was easier than I thought. See, now there's another 2x4 that I can use for something. It's a little short to be using right here, but we'll get around to it. Here's an interesting fact. Let me come a little closer to the video here. See this little section of 2x4 that's stuck on here? That's a remnant of what used to be an old wall that went across here in the older part of the house. Long before I got it, they cut out, there was a wall separating the kitchen. There was a door in over there leading off the living room. It was terribly inefficient. Now I've got the front door comes straight into the kitchen and into the living room, and then we're going to have breakfast counter right here. So I think it's just a better layout. Okay, now I needed to confirm the measurement for my 2x6. Oh, jeepers. Anybody get my tape measure here to cooperate? I've got 89 inches. Wall to stud, 89 minus about a quarter. I've got plenty of room there, 89 minus a quarter. All right, so let's measure that out. $89 minus a quarter. Okay, where's my pencil? 89 minus 1/4. Uh-oh. My tape measure is screwing up on me. All right, speed square. Pencil mark. Cable. Put my tools out here. Saw. We need a saw. All right, there's my Ryobi cordless saw. Okay. And one each battery. Oh my goodness, where did I put my battery? I got a drill. I got a drill somewhere. I forgot where I put it. Let me see if this battery has enough juice in it. I got 4 bars. All right. And it does. All right. Ta-da! There's my battery. That's the one I want. This other battery that I just got done using, I use it for my light bulb because it doesn't quite have, it's an older battery, doesn't quite have enough oomph anymore to drive my tools so much. So I've got like a 18 plus newer style that I use for my tools. All right, let me see if this board works. Get situated here. Okay. That is a perfect fit. Now, something that I just realized, I'm not finished over here. I've got to cut. See, once I pull this other board down, which I will, I've got to cut up through the top plate of that partition wall that goes to the bedrooms. But right now, let me see if I can get in. Ah. A little step stool there. Ah. Gonna have to do some digging. This is my framing hammer. Oh, I love this framing hammer. I use it for everything. Ah! Oh, God. See now, right above here, what I'm tapping on right now is a 4x6 upstairs. I mentioned it before, but my floor is a 2x4, and in 3 spots I've got a 4x6. What I got to do is I got to chop off 2 inches off the top of that in order for my floor to go down. It's down over here and over there, but I got to do this sheet over here. There we go. Come on, get in there. I heard it move. That's going to require some grunting on my part for that. It's coming. Yep, it's working. All right. More leverage. Get my big one out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cut off sheetrock. Put all my sheetrock scraps over here. All right, so it's off of there. It's nailed to my other. You know, each rafter is probably nailed into the walls, the top wall plate here. So apparently I'm going to have to walk it down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that feels good. Uh-oh. Oh, my God. All right, let me give you guys a closer look at what we are doing. All right, first of all, like I said, I cut the top off there. I still got to go up another little bit to get that cut off. Down here, remember I was saying a little earlier that the extension of this one here was a little bit punky at the top. Well, now I can measure it exactly and stick in a splint to go up there to hold the 2x6s up. And get my jack stand here. And over here, again, I got to cut these nail heads off. Maybe I can back, no, I can't back them out because I can't get my hammer up there. I'll just cut them off. I get my metal cutting bit on. But anyway, so there, I've cut flush to the 2x4. And this will be the sheetrock nailer on this side. Even though the one piece of sheetrock that I got over there is going to come all the way across over to here. So what I got to do is got to put in a jack stud here and something to hold the jack stud. I mean, I can nail it to here, but I also want to nail it to the other one so it gives twice as much rigidity. Anyway, 99% done. I got to cut that other piece of board out and then trim all these nails off. And then we're going to get ready to put the 2x6 up into the hole. Now, as you saw here, I cleaned up my mess. And that's most of it. Anyway, whew, I almost cracked a sweat on that one. Anyway, again, we are progressing with this opening. And then after I get that 2x6 up there, I got to go cut a second one. I only got the... All right, welcome back, tubers. This is bonus footage. Let me give you an idea of what I've been doing here. I've been pretty much finishing off this framing, going over the top here, the 2x6. As you can see here, I've got a splint in here. It is completely screwed to the other full-length wall stud. And as it turned out, this ceiling was only down about ½ an inch in a couple of places. So with the help of my framing jack, I was able to push this up and then get my my jack stud up underneath there, tap it into place. It's all screwed and glued into place here. Not glued, but it's all screwed. I got screws all up and down here holding it in. All I got to do now is tuck in one more 2x6 up there. You should just slide right in with a couple of taps. If nothing else, I'll push it up with my wall jack, and that will finish it up. Now all I got to do is, since these are newer 2x6s, I got to put in a ½ inch spacer in there. I've got some plywood that will work just fine, and then it'll bring it out to the full width of the older 2x4s. You see here they're off. It's off by 1/8 of an inch, almost 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to pad that out and put the sheetrock. I got the sheetrock right here ready to go up. Tap everything into place. Put some sheetrock up. This big one piece of sheetrock is going to go up here. Got to trim it to the little cut there and also for the switch outlet. And we're done. Anyway, there you go, bonus footage. Thanks for coming by. One. And then down here on the floor, I got to fill in a little bit. I got to, some of these tips of these subflooring is jacked. So what I'm going to do is take my saw and trim these, and then cut a filler piece of 3/4 inch. I've got a scrap piece upstairs I can do that with, and get this floor all level. Now it's level to underneath this flooring material. The original subflooring is 3/4 inch. I've got 2 pieces of lath under here to hold this up so it's level with the top of the floor, so you're not tripping over it all the time. So I'm going to get that so it lays down. This part here kind of comes up a little bit, so I'm going to get that all to lay down nice and neat. That's my homework, and that's what I got to do for the rest of the day. Other than that, what I got to do, let me show you outside what I've been working on. I haven't attended to my yard for a couple of seasons here, but as you see, what I did was I got a dust on my screen. I got a saw blade for my steel trimmer, and I've been taking out all these little trees. See, those used to be my pussy willow trees that I took down here a few seasons ago, and they're all growing back tenaciously. So what I got to do is trim all the rest of those out, and I'll show you that on my next video, something like that. Then I got to trim them all back here. All the sticker bushes is all growing back. So now I got to trim those all out and clear out my whole back end of my lot. Clean it all out to the other side of the house over there to my neighbor. I got a limb that fell down on the roof. I got to pull that down. Just clean up. Yard work. Once you own a house, yard work's never finished. Anyway, oh man, that sun is nice out here. Oh my God. And then, of course, the highway out front is noisy. Let me go back inside here. Anyway, again, if you've made it this far into the video, please throw me a like and a subscribe, and definitely a comment. I like reading all those comments you guys give us. And we will continue. Oh, yeah. I got to update you on the financing on the house. Again, it's still a process. This is a third and final bank that I'm going to be going through. They seem to think that they can do it. I gave them all the information they wanted. I wrote a nice little letter to whom it may concern, to the finance people, so that we can, I got to tell them everything that I'm doing, right? Sheetrock. Just like I said, what I'm doing here. Sheetrock, mudding, taping, paint inside and out. So, there's a lot of things here that I got to do. I want to build a deck on the front and on the back. That requires money, bigger chunks of money. I'm all out of money. So I'm hoping that they'll be able to finance me. I can finish up some of these projects. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, this is a brand new week. Today is Monday. You'll see this later tomorrow, this video. And hopefully this week, the loan will go into underwriting. So now this is going to be a home equity loan, a HELOC, line of credit. So I hope you don't squabble about it too much. Again, these guys are in the business of doing construction loans. If we can't do a HELOC, then we have to convert it to a regular construction loan. Just more stuff I got to deal with. But anyway, it's in the process. I'll let you know how it turns out. Probably by the next time I do another video. I've been stretching it out for about a week or so each time. But we're getting there. In the meantime, I'm just doing what I can that won't cost me very much. I've already got the sheetrock for this one wall. All I got to do is finish this out. I got enough scraps. I can cover that beam that goes across, you know, the 2x6s, and it'll look really nice and professional when I get done with it. So we'll see. Anyway, thanks for coming by, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.